Hey, I'm Matthew. Let's talk about inventing and how we can simulate the idea of inventing. So, I've designed many simulations over the years. I've also invented a lot of things myself, but we do occasionally get requests from trainers and instructors who say, "Hey, can you create a simulation where my students can just invent something, create something, and then see how well it does?" And the answer is maybe. So, we can kind of create a simulation for anything. But the challenge with creating a simulation where the player can just invent anything is that it's hard to put bounds on it, right? So if you're going to invent something in a simulated environment and want to try to sell it in the simulated environment, the consumers, the algorithms that we're developing for consumers, have to have some rules associated with them to say whether your product is good or not good, right? A good product should sell well and a bad product shouldn't. But if you're allowing the player to just kind of open-ended create something, then how do you determine what a good product is versus a bad product? And that's where it gets really complicated to create a meaningful experience. I mean, you can simulate something, but if it's not meaningful, then it may not be worth all that effort, because creating simulations can be quite complicated. So what we've done to allow people to experience this concept of inventing is we added a feature to one of our existing simulations. Let me show you how we do it. So what you're looking at here is GoVenture World. This is a global business simulation, people around the world playing it. And it's all based on a world map that you see here. And players can set up different types of businesses, manufacturing businesses, retail business, ad agencies, investment banks, and they're competing and collaborating with each other. So very, very realistic, very authentic. And the type of products that they can sell are fixed. They're designed by us as designers. So there's certain products like cars, pharmaceuticals, space drones, which is something we made up, smartphones as well. So when you're creating an operating business and you want to manufacture something, there's a list of products that you can choose from, because we built all the algorithms and the sales and the consumer buying habits based on those products and the cost of manufacturing them and distributing them and all those things. We have it all worked out behind the scenes in algorithms to make sure that it's a very authentic experience, very realistic, and very fair for players who are competing and collaborating. So how do we allow some open-ended product creation? So here's how we did it. We created what we call inventions or add-ons. So you can invent something and then other players will add it to their products. So if you were manufacturing smartphones, somebody could invent a fancy camera and you could add it to your smartphone, which would improve the features or quality of your product, which would make it more attractive in the marketplace. And we kept it very simple, very open-ended. This is the first version of this feature called add-ons, and you can see it here, add-ons. I'm going to click to view my add-ons. So what you're looking at now, this is a list of all of the add-ons created by players in the world. And there's all sorts of different ones. And so again, to keep it simple and really open-ended, we let people call the products whatever, the add-ons whatever they want, the inventions whatever they want. They can create little graphic diagrams of their add-on, so you can see some really crazy designs here for those add-ons. But what's really important are the metrics. So there's some metrics here that determine how much this add-on contributes to the features and the quality of your particular product that you're adding it to. For example, here's my add-on devil cloaking device for your car. It makes your car invisible for a few hours. Obviously unrealistic, but again, we're trying to keep it fun in terms of the invention side, but how it affects the business is actually very realistic. So you can see here, features and quality, 15% features, 13% quality. So anybody who adopts or adds this add-on, licenses it essentially, will get a boost of 15% of the features of their product and 13% boost of the quality of their product. And so that makes it more attractive and more competitive in the marketplace for the player who's going to license this add-on. I can see it's been licensed 7 times by other players around the world. And I can also see the royalty that I'm earning for every unit that they manufacture. So every car that's manufactured that includes my add-on, I'm earning 333 G's. G money is our currency in this world. And I can also see there's a licensing fee, and that part of that licensing fee goes to me, and part of it goes to my law firm. So there's actual law firm roles in the game that get part of that revenue as well. I can see the patent number and the patent date, and so on. So the concept now is if I'm manufacturing a product, I can review all of these add-ons and mix and match a variety of add-ons to improve the features and quality of my product to make it more attractive to consumers, but I'm licensing it, which means I'm paying a licensing and a royalty fee to the inventor of the add-on. And to invent an add-on, it's pretty simple. We click on the invent button and we choose the product type that we're going to invent the add-on for. So let's say I invent something for smartphones and I like fancy camera, describe the camera, and then I can design the add-on just using a little designer here or 8-bit designer, close it. And then to determine the features and quality of my invention, we have a slot machine-like feature here where I click on a button to invest in research and development, in this case features, let's say. So I click on the button, and what it does, we get a little slot machine feature here, and it tells me I get a 17%. Now what I can do is I can invest again in R&D by clicking this button, and that will make an attempt to improve this number, but I may end up getting a poorer result. Let's go ahead and try that. We're going to take the risk. So see, now I got a poorer result. So just like real world R&D, you try things and some work out and give you breakthrough results, and you try other things and they're dead ends. They don't go anywhere. They actually reduce your effectiveness. And so that's what's happening here. And I can continue to invest as much as I want, but every time I spin this dial here to invest in R&D, it increases my costs. So eventually the costs are going to get so high that it makes no sense for me to keep going, right? I should just stop at that point. And so I can see what my features and quality are of this particular invention and how much it cost me to get there. And then I can file for a patent. And when I file for a patent, I also choose a law firm to actually file that patent for me. And the law firm is another human player acting as a law firm in the world, and they get funds for acting as my law firm to file my patent. And then once my patent is filed, that add-on becomes available to the world, and other players can license it. So there's a fun and interesting way to add inventions on top of an existing simulation, and the reason we're able to do it more easily here is because we already have the algorithms built in to manage the whole sales side and consumer side of the product. The product is already baked, and so that way it's easy to create an add-on for an existing product as opposed to creating a brand new simulation that's too open-ended and may not provide unrealistic experiences. I'm Mathew Giorgio.